Hello, MGTOW. Hello, men. This is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So, I want to talk about the top 5 ways to not be a simp. Number 5, you have to have your own plan in life. You have to have your own goals as a man. In other words, if your only goal is to make money so that you can impress women, you're in a lot of trouble. I'll tell you this, though. It's better than having the goal of merely impressing women. Because at least you'll be focused on making money. It's disgusting to see a man walking around as a servant to women. Why? Why would you do it? Because they're beautiful? How long does that last? It doesn't last long. So without definite plans and a goal in life, without a job, something that you're working on every day at every moment, when a woman comes around, you're going to focus your full attention on her, and she's going to know that, oh, this guy's got nothing going on in life. So even if your ultimate goal is to impress the woman, stop trying to impress the woman, okay? Get it straight, that you need to build yourself up in life in order to be worthy of other people's respect, affection, and attention. You can't just be like a little puppy that wants a treat, okay? It's disgusting. And I know that this is the way that men are raised to act and to behave. So take some time, figure out what you want in life that doesn't involve women, and then start pursuing that, and start pursuing that on a regular, consistent basis with some passion. Otherwise, you're just walking around looking for a free handout from women. Otherwise, you're just begging for affection because you're so thirsty. And it's very simpish. Okay, moving on. Number 4 way to not be a simp. Learn to negotiate. Based on the previous point, most of the men, when they come in contact with women, they're disgusting. They're like giddy little children. Learn to negotiate. Read Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal. If you want something more than anything in the world, then they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for it. It's the wrong way to go about this. Don't chase the women. Otherwise, you look like a thirsty simp. And you're going to have to pay top dollar to get together with them. And that's just a metaphor. They're going to make you jump through hoops. They're going to make you beg. They're going to make you act like a fool. So that by the time, if you do have, their company, you're not going to feel like a man. You're going to feel like a dog. So you don't come to somebody, say we're, buying a car or just buying something, okay? You don't come to somebody and say, oh my God, I really want that thing you have more than anything in the world, and I would pay anything in the world for it. I would do anything for it. I would die for it. Because you know what they'll do? They'll say, well, how much do you have? $10 million. Because you just acted like a fool and ran up there and said that you wanted it. That's not how you negotiate. What you do is you wait until they're desperate and they're like, wow, I need money. I have to sell things. Maybe I'll sell this. And then you're like, well, I might be interested in that. At a really good price, I might be able to help you out a little bit. And you see, now they're desperate to sell it to you. So you have to set these things up in the proper way. You have to come into the negotiations in the proper way. Otherwise, there's no way that you can win. So you can't chase women, okay? You can't go up to the woman and start begging. Hopefully, if your life is in order, you can hang around, you can, be around her and find out if she's interested in you. Do you understand negotiation? If you're interested in her, you're going to have to jump through hoops to get her affection. If she's interested in any aspect of you, then she is going to have to jump through hoops to get your attention and time and approval. You see, you must withhold your approval. You can't compliment a woman, all right? You have to wait until they want some confirmation, and then you can perhaps give them some of it conditionally. Look, this is a simple thing, okay? I've said it before, I'll say it again because I care about my MGTOW brothers. If you want to know how to control somebody, you find out what it is that they want, and then you withhold that thing that they want. And you only let them have a small portion of that thing that they want if their behavior coincides with what you want. That's it. And you only give a little bit. So you understand that this is the art of negotiation, that this can be related to anything. Okay, moving on. Number 3 way to not be a simp in 2018. Let me ask you this. When you're hungry, do you act like you would do anything for a hamburger? Like you would pay any price in the world for a hamburger? No, you don't. Would you die for a hamburger? Would you do anything in the world for a hamburger? I mean, you're hungry, right? So you see that it's not an appropriate way to act. Look, I love dogs, okay? But have you ever seen a dog get overly excited about a treat, begging for it, wagging its tail for it, licking your hand for it, rolling over on its back for it, jumping up and down for it? Don't act like that. Why would you feel like that? I mean, you don't feel that way about a hamburger, do you? Like, even if you don't have a hamburger, even if you haven't had a hamburger in a long time, you know it's just a question of going out and buying a hamburger, right? Like, they're not that hard to find. And you can get all different types of hamburgers as well. And if you don't like the hamburger, you can throw it away and then go buy another one or make your own. So why are you acting this way with women? Oh, because they're so hard to find? Because it's so rare? Because you're looking for that special one in your life? Well, it seems like you've already forgotten the previous points. That's not the way to conduct yourself. So understand that you're making yourself crazy about interacting with women. I'm trying to help you out here. And I know that a lot of you guys, some of you guys, you don't need to hear this stuff. But this is for the ones, that need a little guidance in this stuff. So if you chase her, she's going to run away. Okay. Moving on. The number 2 way to not be a simp in 2018. Now, this starts moving into the psychological aspect of all of it. Look, a lot of this is a psychological game. You have to be looking at it in the proper way. Society wants you to look at it like, she's a princess, she's the most important thing in life, and that you would do anything for her. That's all wrong. Okay, you're the most important thing in your life. You have to have goals. You have to be focused. You have to have a plan. You have to recognize that whatever other people are offering you, it's just temporary. It's just, oh, okay, that might be nice for a little while. But other than that, you can just leave me alone. Like, I'm tired. Like, after you've had a few hamburgers, you're not like sitting there saying, oh my God, I want to just store up hamburger. You're like, I've had enough. I don't need another hamburger. So understand, it's the same thing with women is what I'm trying to say to you. After you've gotten together with a particular woman, you're not like, wow, this is, the most important thing in the world. I mean, unless you're like a completely internalized simp, and I hope you're not. But now you're like, yeah, that was nice. That was okay, but don't bother me for another 6-12 hours because I'm not hungry. So remember that. Now, at this point, you need to understand that you are the prize in life as a man because you work. You can get things done. See, assuming that you have these other steps in order, you're now a working man. You have a plan, you have a vision, you're focused on it. You recognize that you can't beg people for things that you want. You recognize that the things that you want, they don't control you. They're just temporary wants and needs. And then once they're satisfied, you will move on to the plan and the goals that you have in life. That's powerful. That means that you can have a goal, that you can have a plan, and then you can think about the things that you need to do in order to achieve that. That's very powerful. Most people in life, that's not what they're doing. They're running around like simpish, hungry little dogs begging for a treat. You don't have to be that way. You're designed for function. And that's what I'm saying. You're a working man. So you function in this world. You get things done. You fulfill your will. She's like a very pretty car that doesn't run. Moving on. The number 1 way for you to not be a simp in 2018, in any time, is to break the illusion of the blue pill world, is to become red pilled, is to wake up, is to become MGTOW, is to watch MGTOW videos. Because of the way that the men are raised, to worship the women, to defer to the women, to think that men and women are the same, to think that his life's purpose is to get together with a woman, to have the instinct that men have, to pursue women, and then to have that exploited by all the institutions of our civilization to control the men. So what happens is, we men, we imagine that the woman is like this perfect princess. She's this idealized thing which will bring complete happiness and joy. She's your soulmate. She will make you complete. The man imagines that the woman is so much more than she really is, that she's the answer to all of his problems in life. It's much more. He imagines that all of the pain and suffering and frustration that he has felt in life will be explained and answered and made okay by the divine female. That's what he imagines. That's the pedestal that he puts her on. That's the pedestal that society and civilization puts the woman on. That's the entitlement with which she acts and treats men. But that's not what she is, right? That's what you've imagined she is. That's what the man has imagined her affection and companionship will bring to his life. But it won't. All the insults, all the problems, all the neglect, That's the past. You can decide how much of an impact it has on your present. You can decide what impact it has on your present. But the idea that some beautiful idealized woman is going to make it all go away, is going to make it all be all right, is going to supply all the answers in life, it's bullshit. She's not. She's just another human being. And she wants a hamburger. And you don't have one. Because you're in love with her. Because you think she's the greatest thing in the world. So you can't even be here in the moment, in the present, working. Because the man is in a fairy tale land. So imagine how upsetting it is to him when he finds out that she's just another human being, that he could sacrifice everything he has and everything he is to her, and she would just be like, "Meh, I should have gotten together with your friend. I'm leaving." So then he's like, "Oh, I thought she was my fairy tale princess, my soulmate." No, she wasn't. Understand that your weakness, your hunger, is what's making you thirst after the company and affection and approval of the female, but that it's not really all that important. Once you have it, what are you going to do? Are you still going to act the same way? Understand it's the conditioning. Okay, so I hope this helps. I hope this gives you some insight to the dynamic. I hope this gives you some insight into, your own behavior and why we are conditioned to behave in this manner. But I'm going to leave it at that for now. So let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. And please like, share, comment, subscribe, donate. And join me again, Howard Dare, as I plan to have more content for you. Thank you, everyone.